The truth is that you were not meant for a quiet life of settling. You were not put here just to exist, just to get by, just to die with your potential still inside you. Number, you were born with fire. You were born with intention. You were born to win. And deep down, you've always known it. Even when the world tried to make you forget, even when teachers, systems, and doubters told you to play it safe, you could feel it, couldn't you? That whisper in your soul, telling you that you're meant for more. It's not a fantasy. It's your calling. But the only way you'll ever rise into it is if you wake up to the truth. The life you want is not waiting on the world to change. It's waiting on you to change, to believe, to decide, to act like you were born to win. Because every empire began with a single belief: I will not be average. Ford believed it when they laughed at the idea of horseless carriages. Edison believed it through 10,000 failures and still refused to quit. Lincoln believed it through defeat, depression, and the weight of a nation on his shoulders. These men were not born with guarantees. They were born with vision. And more importantly, they honored it. You must do the same. You must decide that the enemy is not your circumstances. It's the small thinking that keeps you locked in them. It's not that you're incapable. It's that you've forgotten how capable you are. You were conditioned to shrink, to hesitate, to doubt. But what if you've been lied to? What if the real lie is that you have to wait to be chosen? That you need more credentials, more approval, more certainty before you start? Let me tell you something no one else will. You don't need more time, you need more courage. Because clarity doesn't come before action, it comes from it. And greatness doesn't show up fully formed. It's carved, hammered, forged in fire. That fire, it's inside you right now. But you've got to stop negotiating with your excuses. Stop selling yourself short with stories that sound smart but cost you everything. It's not the right time. I'm not ready yet. I just don't know where to begin. Begin here. Begin now. Because life doesn't reward the most talented. It rewards the most committed. Those who refuse to leave their potential on the table. Those who trade comfort for clarity, weakness for discipline, and fear for focus. Let me tell you something about winners. They are not special. They are not lucky. They are just relentless. They decide who they want to become, and they build it. Day by day, rep by rep, hour by hour, until the world has to take notice. Because success doesn't shout, it whispers. And only those who are listening through the noise can hear it. You've got to become deaf to the world's distractions and tuned into your own voice. The one that tells you, you can do this. You are made for this. You've wasted enough time being less than you are. It's time to become. Your belief is the foundation, but belief without action is just noise. You've got to move. Build routines that serve your vision. Cut off habits that drain your energy. Surround yourself with warriors, not worriers. Read, learn, sharpen, adapt. You are the blacksmith of your own destiny. Every morning you swing the hammer. And the life you dream of isn't in the clouds. It's right on the other side of your discipline. Because the most powerful force in the world is not lightning. It's a human being who knows what they want and refuses to quit. That's how mountains move. That's how history bends. That's how you become who you were born to be. Don't wait to feel ready. Winners act. Even when their hands shake, even when their voice cracks, even when the world doubts them, because they don't need confirmation, they need conviction. Do you think Carnegie waited for permission? Do you think Disney needed reassurance before risking it all? Do you think the Wright brothers were free of fear before they jumped into the sky? Number, they just believed one thing. If not now, then when? If not me, then who? And now it's your turn. To rise, to build, to decide that enough is enough. Enough waiting, enough shrinking, enough pretending you don't feel that power in your bones. Because one day, your name could be on a list like theirs, but only if you live like it matters. Only if you wake up and stop running from who you're called to be. You were born to win. You know it. I know it. But it doesn't matter unless you prove it. Not once, but every day. With your words, with your actions, with your focus, with your refusal to quit when it's hard. Because destiny isn't found, it's claimed. And greatness isn't given, it's earned. So rise now, build now, move now, and never again let fear write the story of your life. You were not born to be average. You were not born to settle. You were not born to die with dreams still inside you. You were born to win. And this is your time. So many people wake up each day with the same alarm clock. But only a few wake up with a sense of mission. And that's the difference. Most are just existing. Clocking in, drifting, numbing. They're alive, but they're not living. Because they've forgotten how to fight for something that matters. But not you. Not anymore. Because once you awaken to your purpose, you can't go back to sleep. You start walking differently, thinking differently, speaking with power, moving with precision. You stop explaining yourself to people who don't get it. You stop trying to fit into systems that were never built for your destiny. You weren't made to blend in. You were made to break through. And if the door doesn't open, you don't sit and wait. You build your own. You knock, you pound, you kick it down. Because when you live with purpose, the world begins to shift. Not because it changes, but because you do. You stop negotiating with your limits. You stop settling for crumbs. You start demanding results, not just dreaming about them. And yes, it gets uncomfortable. Yes, it gets lonely. That's the price of becoming uncommon. That's the burden of greatness. But listen to me. The discomfort of discipline is always less than the regret of staying average. So burn the old version of you, the one that was afraid to ask for more, the one that waited for perfect conditions, the one that kept playing small, pretending to be humble when deep down you were just scared. Burn it, because the future doesn't belong to the timid. It belongs to the driven, the awake, the relentless. Do you think success bows to the lazy, to the distracted, to those who talk more than they act? Number. Success respects the worker, the one who shows up when no one's clapping, the one who masters his mind so the world can't control it, the one who moves forward without applause, without validation, without needing someone to tell them they're good enough, because they already know. It's not ego, it's self-respect, it's divine responsibility. Because when God gives you a vision, it's not a suggestion. It's an instruction, a command, an assignment. And you're not supposed to bury it. You're supposed to multiply it, to breathe life into it, to sacrifice for it, to protect it from your own laziness, fear, and distraction. That's your real battle, so not the world. You, the voice in your head telling you to slow down, to sleep in, to give up, to compromise. You kill that voice, or it kills your purpose. There is no in between. But the moment you decide, really decide, that your potential is non-negotiable, you become dangerous, unstoppable. Because the fire that once felt like pain becomes fuel, and the world that once felt like resistance becomes your arena. And you become what you always were underneath the hesitation, a leader, a builder, a king, a queen, a creator of legacies. So hear me now. The world doesn't need more people just going through the motions. It needs you, fully awake, fully alive, fully locked in on who you were born to be. And when you walk that path, when you train your mind like a soldier, when you live like every breath matters, you won't need to chase success. Success will chase you. Because energy attracts energy. Discipline attracts opportunity. Vision attracts provision. Faith moves the immovable. But only if you move first. So stop waiting. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're not unworthy. You're just one decision away. To go all in, to rise without apology, to silence every excuse with action. You were born to win, and the world needs to see what happens when you finally do.